Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Thursday, October 24th, 2024. Joined by Ollie, the shoulder cat, yet again today. Hello. Mwah. Hello, shoulder cat. Mr. Ollie. Yes, wanting all of the attention in the universe. Yes, there's the boy. He comes up here all on his own. I don't need to coax him with anything other than the pets that result, which is the point, because he just wants attention. He wants to feel good. He wants to feel good. He wants to feel even gooder by being in my lap, so he can feel so good that he starts just drooling all over me. But this is preferred over that. I don't like having my clothes get wet from the Mr. Cat. Yes, Ollie. So, how are things? How have things been? Yeah, I've been just playing more Astronauts. Just continuing with Astronauts, actually. Getting into the modding part of it was actually existently active on the Astronauts Discord yesterday, in particular because the day before, a new mod was posted that's more of a utility that is supposed to make it so that mods are more capable of adding their own stuff to the vanilla game without completely overwriting aspects of the game. So you can have multiple mods trying to affect the same thing, the same lists. So like a shop inventory. If you want to have a mod that makes an item, that defines an item, and then tries to add it to a shop inventory, well, the way that the game handles the shop's inventories is it's just a list of things that define the shop's inventory. It has a definition for the shop and all the things that it can sell. So if you want to add an item, well, you have to add it to that list. And in the vanilla mechanics for modding, the vanilla API, you have to include the entire list because the game simply overwrites the list that you put in. And in fact, it overwrites the entire entry, so that you have to have the entire entry for the shop normally in your code, just with the new list added for the specific inventory definition. With this new mod, you're able to just put in a little thing that says add, and you only need the specific code for the inventory. So you can get rid of all of the redundant info and just put add. It's a little bit more than just the add. It has multiple formatting stuff as part of it, but you can just put add and your thing, and it will append to that list your entry. So, assuming you have multiple mods affecting the exact same entry in the table that are adding to the table, they should all work now a lot more easily than having to manually, as a user, incorporate all of the changes of all the mods that you want to use into a single unified file. It's able to unify things for you, provided you have defined the little add for just the stuff that needs to be added. That's where things right now are a little bit tenuous because, well, the mod just came out the other day and none of the existing mods follow that new format, because that is now something that mod authors would have to offer either exclusively for use with this utility, or in combination with their vanilla one, which does, of course, add a bit more work for the mod authors, but yeah, it's significantly easier to, like, it's like brain dead easy to do that change, to get rid of the redundant info in those files. So it's like, why not? Why not? It is literally easy, very, very easy to do this change. It is so easy to make these updates, to use this new format to make it a lot easier for users to run multiple mods that are adding new items or even adjusting old items and adding them to various like loot tables and things. And ships, and adding ships to like the derelicts list. You can have multiple mods adding ships to the derelicts list, and as long as they're using this little add moniker, it'll add it to the list of the derelicts. All the mods will just add to the list seamlessly, without any other issues. It's like, huh, really? Really? You would think that the game would do this by default, but no, it does not. However, the reason I was active yesterday is because the mod is supposed to seamlessly work with all of the vanilla API mods. So even like all of the standard mods should be able to load without issues using this new mod loader mod. That's based on, it's a Unity game and it's based off of Bepin X. So it's a mono mod for Bepin X. That's this utility called FFU. So FFU is supposed to work seamlessly with all of the vanilla mods, and it just overwrites just the same way the vanilla API does, while also doing some other cleanup stuff that makes it so that you don't get any like errors when you load the game for the first time, or every time you load the game. But that wasn't happening. There were some mods that were broken, and they were broken because of errors in specific data handling in FFU that I was able to bring up yesterday, and they were fixed quickly. So, yay for that. And then someone else came in overnight, found another issue that was fixed with it. So, yeah, it's getting improved. It's getting improved, and I'm looking forward to seeing mods that are made to work exclusively with FFU going forward. I'm looking forward to that, so you can actually have a bunch of those mods installed and not have to worry about any issues of overwritten files and incompatibilities because they mess with the same files. So yeah, that's looking good. It's looking nice. Now if the devs would kick into a bit more gear and add more content to the game, that'd be great. It would be really nice. Really, really nice. They want to release version 1.0 of Astronauts next year. I don't currently see that happening. I've looked at what should be like lore aspects and like all of the various areas that they are supposed to have, and it's like, well, you've done one thing. You have made Venus stuff, orbitals, and bases. They're done with Venus, and they're done with the starting area in Ganymede, the asteroid that you start around, not the moon. Ganymede, it's Ganymede, the asteroid. So they have that, but I don't think they have like Mars fully built with those bases and stations. They don't have or any of the other outer planet stuff done. there's placeholder stations in all those locations. Placeholders. They're not done yet, and there's a lot to do, so we'll see how that goes. I would like to play Astronauts, stream Astronauts, and it may be what follows up Shapez 2, which is the game that we are in fact playing on this day. A fantastic game. And we are playing the most difficult setting, well, the most difficult scenario on normal difficulty settings. The insane scenario! What did we do last time? We unlocked trains. We have obtained the trains as of when we last met. And everything is, in fact, awesome, having obtained the trains. I am holding off on making this milestone shape until this milestone is finished. And we are in the midst of working on something else over here, which is this thing. This thing right here, number 13's first step. Of which I have managed to make, and I just need to send it to the vortex. We ended off last time with that. So let's do this. Yes, Ollie, at my feet, rubbing my legs. So also, last stream, the developers of Shapez 2 released on their Discord a survey I'm going to actually route this on the layer 2. Yeah. Ta-da! Okay. So, a few things that they're looking at based on that survey. One, of course, is something that I've brought up is the fact that, you know, they have blue, red, and green, and white lines. Where's the mixed color lines? Where's the cyan, magenta, and yellow lines? They are looking at adding those. And I would very much appreciate that they exist, even if I don't want to use them, or even if I don't end up using them. Having the other 3 lines, just so that, you know, it's consistent with the colors available in the game, that would be great. They're also looking at adding boosters that you can put on your rail lines that speed up the trains running through the boosters. Yeah, that's a thing. Another notable thing is train stops. They're looking at adding 2 variations of train stops, a wait stop and a quick stop. The wait stop being wait until cargo full or cargo empty, depending on the type of loader or unloader. which would be a nice to have, and then a quick stop, which only stops if it can load or unload. So it just lets it through if it wouldn't be able to load anything, it just lets it keep going, or if it wouldn't be able to unload anything, it keeps going. Which, yeah, I can see a purpose to both of those things. I would like to see both of those things. But they also had potential changes to the cargo wagons themselves, suggestions about changing the cargo wagons, and they had a few options there, and I don't really like most of them. Yeah, so just a few of the ideas. One was to make the actual bricks smaller. Have them unload in the, like, in smaller capacities that use the same space visually. Which I'm like, I don't think that matters at all. Another is to actually change the whole thing mechanically and have it so that it's only one item in a wagon allowed at a time. That fundamentally changes the mechanic, and I don't agree with it. I think that you should stick with what you've done here. The idea of being able to have a different item in each of the 3 tiers is great. Why would you get rid of that? Just no, don't do that. Don't touch that. That's what makes this mechanic unique. But the one that I kind of want is getting rid of the concept of wagon specialization. As in, there shall only be one wagon, and that wagon can hold anything. I would like to have that, honestly. I would like a wagon that can hold both fluids and solids at the same time. But also, you know, on the other hand, I would kind of like a fluid wagon that actually looks like it's holding fluids and not just a brick of a solid fluid. I didn't bring that up, but I didn't unfortunately think of that in the moment, but yeah. I want it to look like I'm actually loading a fluid into my fluid wagon, you know? Now, what I would like is to have this not be an unlock. The fluid wagon and filler wagon here. I don't think that those should be unlocks. Just straight up, they should not be something that needs to be unlocked. Just no. Don't give us a half of a mechanic when you give us a mechanic. Like, if I unlock trains, I expect to be able to use my trains. And not be forced to wait extended periods of time to just be able to use the mechanic that I unlocked ages prior. Anyway, it is now time. Am I going to continue with this piece over here? Maybe, maybe not. I'll keep it for now. But this needs updating now in order to make this shape. Unfortunately, the way that I've built this and have it all distributed like this makes it much more difficult to change these processes, especially here where I'm painting after the fact. So, the issue is that these shapes, actually this shape here, I think, the top and bottom layers need to exchange. Let me look here. So where are you going? Over here. Yeah. I think I'm gonna cut that, move it out of the way for now. Add that. And I'm going to have to move that down there. Because what I'm going to do is swapping. I think that swapping will have to be the solution here. Whoops. Unfortunately, I have to do four belts of swapping, which, yeah, it's, yeah. It's a bit big. And I'm uncertain if I can actually get all of the outputs if it's there. So yeah, it'll be down here. Meaning now all of this will have to be brought down. So what do I need to exchange? I need to exchange this top right corner. So let's figure out how we're going to do that. Aye. So I need red, square, red, spike, blue and blue, and blue spike, red square, red, red. So I would need... My brain is just not thinking today, clearly. Not you. You. Oh. There's not enough squares. Duh, I can't do it this way. I need that to be a square. Yeah. Boogers. Yeah, I didn't notice that. This would work, yes, if this shape had a square on that diagonal. So I have to actually modify down here with another square. Which means modifying the whole damn thing. Because now I need 2 of this. Why did I not use that one? shops. That's the one. And over yonder. Get out. Get out. Then, what do I need to do? That gets replaced with a red diamond. Instead of a... Oh. Yeah, I kind of see that they also wanted me to swap with the other thing, didn't they? But no. Not gonna do that. Far, far, far easier, I believe. To add that diamond. Up here. There. Gib diamond. And heck, it only needs to be one. One belt, not two. I'm sorry, what? That's correct. Where's this? So that red square, single red square, needs to actually be a single red diamond. Instead. The rest. Alright, there is a one square. Excuse me. It's you that's replaced, not you. Okay, looking back over here. Why have you not delivered the things yet? There's a delivery. Okay, are you gonna now show me the things? Thank you for showing me the things. So that's not correct. This is correct. That is not. Yeah, I think it's just gonna always give me... one here that's not right. And I'll have to modify the top. There it is. I don't like how I've done this, but as the saying goes, if it works, it works. And nothing else matters. Excuse me? Oh, you're too long. Why is this 8 and why is this 4? Because I split this up at the top. So because I split it and I'm getting 2 outputs, then yeah. Okay, now, unfortunately the thing I have on layer 2 and the thing I have on layer 1 need to flip which layer they're on. Also, I need to get the rotation that I need. So I need the blue spike of layer 2 to the red square of layer 1. Great, that's a 180 rotation. Okay. That is that shape, but now I need to decide, do I want to make the final shape here and send it with these? And I think I do. Meaning I'll need another unloading station. Up here, these guys. It looks like this has been successfully modified. It is giving me those top 2 layers, so actually, this is now a very simple change to that. Oh, and the other thing is that there was a question on that survey about, does it ever seem that the trains are moving in the wrong direction? Which, I can sort of get that impression. When the trains are on the bottom and moving back on the line when they're beneath, it, like, is there enough of a distinction in the icon to say that it's under and going under and back home? I don't know. I never think that it's going the wrong way. However, what I will say is that from this zoom level in the game, it is a little hard to see the little arrow pattern of the tracks that indicate the direction of motion on the top of the track, because they have this arrow pattern that indicates the direction of travel on the rails. So those go up, and these go down. See? And there's this little subtle movement of the line. There's these little nodes on the red line that also flow in the direction of travel. I think the big issue is that it's too subtle from here, and you don't even really see the line from here. It's like, it's too subtle from this perspective, and then from this perspective, there is no indication of which way is the correct way, or which way the lines are supposed to flow. There is no indication here. You just have to see, like, oh, my train is moving that way, and the locomotive with its arrow is going that way, so that's the top. And I mean, there is an indication here on an empty train when it's going back that it's underneath. But the thing is, the icon, if it's carrying something and going back down the line, yeah, that icon isn't underneath the rail. We don't know that the train is actually underneath the rail when it's going back. See, this guy is going back, and you can't really tell that it's going on the underside to back home. That's I think in need of visual clarification, but it's not something that has confused me at any point. Any hoozles, get these out, get these out, and it's just now a matter of stacking. And figuring out what the rotation I need to have is. For layer 3 and 4. So the layer needs to have the red part on the blue that's on the square. Wonderful. Another 180 rotation. And another operator level. Okay. So, final verification here. Is this shape? Sure as hell looks like it to me. I don't know about you, but that looks like it's the shape for this milestone. Of course, it takes a while. All of these shapes in the Insane scenario, they take a while. They take a little while, and it's not necessarily all about just thinking about the logic. There's a lot of steps involved. There are a lot of steps, and those steps need to be built, and it takes time to build each step along the way. And even to modify things, we have to figure out how we're going to modify things and rebuild and all that good stuff until we get the output that we so desire. Yeah. Nice. Now, I really want the fluid wagon. I think that's the next step of unlocks. Actually, no, the next step of unlocks is the fluid miner extensions. Either one of those. And once I have both of those, it's also the third floor, and I also need to squeeze in the speed upgrades. At least a set of speed upgrades, so yeah, about all that. It's gonna be a while. We're gonna be taking some time to do thingies. However, I'm now at a point where I don't think I particularly care about how many platform units I'm using. So I can begin to work item by item, task by task now. And since I can now work task by task, it would be in my best interest to start from the beginning and where we left off. So now we're going to be finishing off 5, task 5, and this will require a lot of circles. Ideally, I would like that layer 1 to just exist. I would like to mine layer 1, if at all possible. So wherever I can do that would be great. However, it would also be great if it was near a circle. And this is not near a circle. Sorry to say, that's not near a circle. Now, can I make it from a circle, a square? Absolute. Circle and squares, absolutely. But I'm lazy. There's another one, but again, it's not near... Well, I guess sorta is near a circle. I guess I'll live with you. Okay, let's get this done. Stacking. Pre-stacking. Oh, I don't have layer 3. That's right. Yeah. I don't have layer 3, so... That's you. Give me another! I was like, oh, I'm gonna just use layer 3 here. No, I don't have layer 3. No, I'm not. Okay, that is correct. It is official. That is correct. They're currently moving at 90. Oh, that's gonna take an hour. Yeah, hour and 7 minutes to finish milestone 6 and unlock color mixing. hour and 6 minutes from now, the moment it starts actually getting here. Assuming that nothing messes it up in the meantime. Oh, you're empty. Oh right, because I just changed it, didn't I? Yeah, you're empty. There were a few other things from that survey, mechanics that were suggested for the train system. One was the ability to, like, jump trains into a loop, into closed loops. I was like, huh? Nah. That weirdness? That's weirdness? No. Not necessary. Kinda stupid, frankly. Like, having the ability to have a closed loop like this and have trains be able to jump onto it from wagons or from locomotive areas, where it just jumps onto closed loops. The ability to do that, and I'm like, no. Why would we need that? No. And another one. So that was like a weird non-return setup. It's like, why? It's like, just why? We don't need to set up monorail loops with the way that the system is made to begin with. Rails are already double rails because they loop back and go underneath. You don't need to have a contiguous monorail setup like this when they can transfer to the bottom to loop back anyway. Like, unless they're going to get rid of that, there's no point. Okay, regardless, there's our first couple of batches for this shape, which... How much is held each thingy? Where are you? 360 each, so we are finished with those two locomotives heading out. That means it's finished, because we only need 460. And doing that gives me the final piece on that milestone. So that's 8 additional research points. That's why I'm liking this. It's nice and easy. Easies. Number 6, missing a quarter. Until the end, where you're no longer missing a quarter. Okay, missing a quarter, huh? A quarter? Oh, it automatically added it? Wow, really? Why? So I need the one with the semicircle, actually, nearby. 3 squares and a semicircle, or quarter circle, excuse me. 3 squares, 1 quarter circle. Are there any of those? They should exist. There's no reason for them not to. Question is there one near just 3 squares? Because like there's a just 3 squares there, but there's no 3 square in a semicircle or quarter circle nearby. As an example. Ah, there's 3 squares and a quarter circle. Alright, that's done. But there's no 3 squares nearby. So I guess I'll just have to build out a 3 square, closest one to you. Speaking of which... do that up there. Plonk that down there, not onto you. Well, at the beginning it is basically that, but... and then one thing I made a comment about as well that wasn't brought up. You said 0B had... what? Zero B doesn't have what I was looking for. No, this doesn't have anything that I was looking for. I was looking for 3 squares. This is 3 circles, as well as a 4-piece square with quarter circle. There's no 4-piece square with quarter circle in 0B. Negative B. Yeah, again, this doesn't have it. Yeah, again, it's not near a 3-piece square. See, there's the 2 things I was looking for. It needs to. I need this, and I need the 3-piece square. But distance from here to here versus here to here. Also, rotation. I would have to rotate either way. Yeah, this one over here is closer, technically. only need 240 of this, so that one delivery is enough. Yeah, but it matters for time. Delivery times. They may not count for platform units, but trains have a speed. They have a speed, and it has to get back. It has to do the whole loop. So, like, it matters for real time. Alright, that is done. That is done. Okay, that's that step, and then I'll have to unload those. Okay, that's got a delivery. Then it's progressive. We replace layer 1 with this, but I do need correct rotation. What's this rotation? 460, so I need 2 of those. None on the way yet. I'm gonna go ahead and unpin those so that we have singular focus. So from here on out, basically, we're behaving similarly to the other scenarios, where I can basically ignore platform units. I mean, right now I can't quite ignore fully, but I mean, I'm gonna get another 1,000 as soon as this finishes, right? It's like I get another 1,000 once it's done. So it's like I don't really have to worry about the platform units much, especially once I get the ability to put fluids on rails. Then I won't have to worry about long distances of the fluid pipes, and space pipes, taking up quite a few of those platform units. And of course, once I get the ability to directly yeet the trains into the vortex, I don't have to worry about lines anymore. Rail lines either. So while I want for there to be access to a yellow, magenta, cyan line for completeness sake, to have all of the colors of lines, frankly, because you can just launch the trains directly into the vortex anyway, the lines stop mattering at that point for anything going into the vortex, which is the majority of the trains. The majority of trains end up in the vortex. Let's be real about that. Now, more complex, much larger setups, maybe, yeah, fine. You can use multiple lines where you're using trains for internal deliveries to other factories making things, but regular gameplay to beat the game, to complete all of your tasks, all of the set pre-made normal tasks, yeah, I don't think you need it. I don't think it's necessary. So by now, it is already delivering a second one, so that is enough. I can now trim that, replace with this. However, I do need to adjust the rotation so that it's flipped 180. Yeah, about that. Yeah, you're done. That's it. That's the one we're looking for. That right there. And then, of course, for the last step, it's just... it's stacked on top of itself, so I don't need the rotators anymore. This one, again, I will need 2 deliveries. Now, because that's finished, I can move on to that guy. Recycling milestone shapes, number 2. Or should I say, number 7? Because we already had one of the same name at number 4. Okay, game. So there wouldn't happen to be a 180 square near a 180 circle anywhere on this map. Now, would there? It would be very, very, very convenient to have both of those things near each other. Or at least close enough to each other. I know, game, I have 23. I need 25. 25 is a very magic number. For you, fluid minor extensions. Now, it would be convenient, but it's not necessary. I can make these shapes fine, easily. I think I will just make them. I just need a full square and a full circle near each other. Full square, full circle, near each other. The only thing would be I don't need that on layer 2. anymore. I mean, yes, I'll have to, like, effectively rebuild it later, but I'm not working on that particular shape right now. So let's free up some stuff. Sounds like a pretty good plan to me. Oh yeah, this is so nice. Look, back over 500 platform units again. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I like it a lot. However, I am going to need to move this to here. I may want this more over here. Oops. Okay, there's that. And that. Okay, are you the same rotation? Yes. Good. So come on down. Ta-da! Yeah, so this will just go back here again. Whoops. Okay, that's done. Go back to it. Done. Here comes all of that. I'm going to need this actually like twice more. Yeah. And I'm probably going to want to do the stacking local. Mwahaha. What I don't know is if this is going to stay as behavior over time with that level of grading. Because the developers have said that, yeah, they're going to be trying to make occlusion a thing with the launched items. Because, I mean, clearly, right here, there's occlusion, right? It has to clip the items through this building. They're going to try to make it so that it's not going to be able to successfully have that launch if there's something blocking. At least that's what they claim. Yeah, but the main thing actually is more along the lines of, okay, so you have a thing here with one of these where the lines, those doohickeys, the bars are blocking. So like if the bars block, they don't want it to clip through. No clipping allowed is basically what they're looking for. Like, alright, but I kinda like the concept of being able to leap things like that. Alright, well that's done. You know. That is what I need. Excuse me. But no. It's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Because I am going to need the 3 semis. Okay, next time you get here, we'll get stuff from layer 2, and everything will be great. There we go. There's the circles coming in on layer 2. That's going to come in. They're going to get their opposite corner treatment. And come into here. Everything will be awesome. Alright. So this is nearly finished. Actually at the point where I think I can straight up delete it. Now, of course, removing the rail doesn't really do much, but does improve performance at least. Or, you know, alleviate potential issues with performance and the like. Always good to clean up after ourselves. Particularly in a scenario where the total building count and entity count is going to be significantly higher than the others. Okay. Next, we have fluid miner extensions. I think I'm saving up 21 points for the speed upgrades next. As much as I would love to put fluids on trains, as much as I would much prefer being able to put fluids on trains, I need another 50% bonus to speed. I think it's 50%. At least here it's 50%. We are halfway through today's stream. Alright. Thinking. Next. Aha. Number 8. Half ready. It's half ready. With swapping and a whole bunch of other crap. This one uses circles and stars. With red. You. Okay. We need circles, we need stars. Stars, circles, and red. Woohoo! I can afford that belt. Don't know if I want it there, but we'll see. As for you, full fluid space pipe can now exist, just not with that line from layer 3. Oh, joy! Yes! So happy to finally have the fluid miner extensions. So very happy to have these. So that's 8 belts of painting. Yeah, it's 4 on layer 1 and 4 on layer 2. So much nicer and easier to work with that. Okay, I need, for this shape, red circles. And only red circles. As it turns out, I need red circles, and only ever red circles. What sucks is that I will need more than 4 belts of red circles. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Need at least 5. Sure. I'll have to make that work. As we go along, over time. Oh, boy. Yeah. That's a few red circles. Okay. Now what? A bading. That's now what? That's what's now. It is that time to swap this over. Okay. Don't know if I really need the doohickeys. You know, I think actually do that way. Okay, that gives me the 3-layer semicircles to stack on top of the squares. And once those are done, I can remove all of it. And will remove all of it. Okay, there's a bunch of red circles, there's some gray circles, and there's the gray stars. So, what we need to do now is swapping. Yeah. Swappity swap. I'm gonna go ahead and have this here. And I need to send out that and that. What? You're telling me pushing... You're telling me that accidentally pushing tab just removes all of the stuff that I just did? Well, screw you too, game. Oh god. Helicopter. I think that was a military helicopter going by. Thanks. Thanks so much for shaking the house. The joys of living in a military area. What is the rotation I need? So I will need it on the top for you. Okay, stacking. And this is on the bottom. Uh-oh. Think that'll work better. / work, period. Or not. There we go. Ta-da! Seriously? Next, operator level. Okay. Is it that time? I think so. Time for the green line. Unfortunate, but I do need additional lines now. You are not going to be reds, unfortunately. You're going to be greens. Greens. Alright, green. Glorious green. Actually needs to go up, but whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as the line is different. Oh, yes, and the other thing. Delete. Layers matter. Unlock that. Okay, that is done. And that is you. No, I did not forget the trains. That now need to be re-added into here. Okay, you don't have a layer 2 output. Also, why are you that? Why are you still that? I don't need that anymore. That can go away. Wonderful. It's also time for a vortex input upgrade. Oh. That'll do. So now I can do things like that. Apart from that jump there. I can do that, and I can have a second wagon. I guess that'll do. Leapers. Great. Now that's fully logistics. It's just unfortunate that this upgrade to the vortex inputs kind of just evaporates the moment that you get the ability to dump directly into the vortex. Hey, it's the stuff. It's here! So it feels like I've wasted 12 points to get those extra inputs. Actually, it wasn't 12, it was not even close, but it feels like I wasted points to get those extra slots. But oh well. I kind of need them right now. So, the next part, what does that involve? Adding a second of layer 1 on top. And that's just different. Probably same method, just different. Okay, well, where was I? Here. Is there a delivery being made right now? Yes. Which means that there are enough and I can immediately begin modification. I need another red semicircle. I need another red circle. Yikes! Or do I? Do I? Do I? Yes. Yes, I need another. Yes, I know you're done. Oh boy. Really? Fine. Now, on top of this, we now have that. That is the shape. Okay. Let's think a bit about this. It's different logic. I'm sorry to say, it is in fact just different logic, and basically I need to redo the whole thing from scratch. This does not follow from this logically. Nope, it doesn't. It doesn't do it. They are fundamentally different. How can I think about this in terms of two full shapes that get swapped to form 4 belts of this? 2 belts of 2 different shapes, each, that swap into this at the end. Well, you can't really do that if there's handedness, so does this have handedness? I think the answer is yes. This red being there versus this gray. Matters. Yes. So doing that wouldn't really work in this instance. Without extra effort. I mean, there could be extra effort put in at the end, but I don't want to. We'll just do it as I've been doing it, I guess, and do it layer by layer. Which, I mean, yes, layer 1 and layer 3 are the same. So there's at least that. It's 2 of that logic and 1 of that logic. Thing is, this is 3 belts of red with 1 of gray to form this. This bottom one and top one each are 1 belt of red, so that's 5 reds. That's 5 reds. It's... oh god, it's 5 reds, and then it's... also 5 grays? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grays, yeah, to do 4 belts. And it's only 2 belts of stars. Oh look, another upgraded level. Ain't that grand. Point being, more than 8. Belts of circles will be required for that. You know, I think I'll do it down here. All things considered, it's probably better if we're down here. That'll slow things down a little bit, but oh well. Since these have such different logic to these shapes, I kind of just want to redo it elsewhere. Okay, painting first. Okay, that's all of that. Oh boy, swapping. It has handedness. To get around that. Oh, the milestone finish! Oh, thank God. Hey, wouldn't you know, we've unlocked color mixing. Beautiful. We have color mixing now. Okay. I will detour and work on the color mixing milestones. And that's where we're going to spend our next hour, I think, is on the color mixing milestones. Because these are significantly easier shapes. Oh, it's double milestone time. Yeah, now from here on out, for the next two, actually, for the next two, not the third one, but just the next two. Why not this? Huh. Interesting. I guess I didn't want to have another one giving operator levels. Oh well. Whatever. So, since these are independent, wah, ha, de ha, de ho, de hum. Okay, what do I need? Circles, diamonds, squares. Oh my. No diamonds here. And all the colors. Any stars in any of these? No. Okay, so for this I don't have to worry about access to stars. At least. Just circle, squares, and diamonds. Circle, square, diamond, and all four, or all three of the primary colors. So this kind of gets it on the one, but not so much the other. Will I just live with it, though? I guess. So this is supposed to be a train station, but I don't have that ability now. For now. Oh, wait, whoa. Da 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 da. Oops. Green. Oh, I never finished my thought earlier. One of the suggestions I made on the train survey that the developers have put out was that if there is an obstruction that it can't get through, it's a little bit difficult to tell when you're placing a long line. Now, in this case, in fact, there is an obstruction. Can you really see that there's an obstruction? It's like barely, if you know where to look. My suggestion is that the entire line that you're trying to draw should go red if there is an obstruction blocking things. Or at least yellow, you know? And not just for that small section that may be blocked. Because I have far too often laid a long rail track, for example, and just to discover that there's a section or multiple sections that were occluded by other stuff that was in the way, so it doesn't actually place it. In this instance, do you see the X's there? Yeah, with rails in particular, it's even more difficult to tell. And that shouldn't be the case. The whole thing should go like yellow or red to indicate that there is occlusion, that there's stuff in the way, that it can't jump across. There needs to be a better indication, visual indication of blockages. And it's not just rails, it's also the space belt and the space pipes that do suffer from this, but it's harder to tell with the rails than those. Just wanted to throw that out there. It's like, huh. Anyway, this is my fluid mixing station setup that will eventually be able to have train stations on it. Cough, cough, hack, wheeze. It brings in all of the primary colors that exist in here and makes all of the mixed colors. I don't have layer 3. I don't have layer 3, and this is broken without layer 3. I need to fix that at some point. Right. Right. I'll have to fix it once the colors physically get here, because I need to be able to see what's actually going where. Suffice to say that in white specifically, and maybe some of the other ones, I unfortunately have like a third layer input that's supposed to feed a system that feeds the layer 1. Yeah, like right here. Like right here, where these 2 inputs are the layer 3s of these other 2 inputs. And this is supposed to be the layer 3 output, so... And yet it's taking in a layer 1 here. And here. Now, I think that solves the issue. At least here. I think that solves the issue, at least for here. Nope. It doesn't. Because this is the layer 3 out. And I guess I could just change that. Huh? Yeah, that should be better. Okay, I need to re-save this as full fluid mixing corrected. And it's not a station either. And it only has layer 1 and 2. Because I don't have layer 3 unlocked yet, so I'll have to redo it with layer 3 later, or use the regular one. Or just rename this as 2-layer, whatever, it doesn't necessarily matter. But once the red and blue arrive, it'll start making all of the things. The cyan, magenta, and yellow, as well as the white over here. And that's why I have so much mining in here, that's why I have so much. Because it's supposed to, well... It's supposed to make 12 belts of each color. 3 layers of 4 lines per color. In this case, it's going to be 2, so it's going to be 8, 8, and 8, and 8 by 4. And since each color is used 3 times, I need 8 belts times 3 of each color. Okay, so now this is going to need reds and blues separately. Alright, making the first shape first. Circle, square, and diamond. Okay. Oh boy. So for this business, I guess I'm doing all of it together in the same general location, but I didn't want to. Oh well. I don't actually need squares for the top piece. Sigh. I need squares for the bottom piece, and I guess it's easiest to do it here. I need 3 to 1. Swapping. Alright. Now for some consistency. There we go. Now for some consistency, because that's where that's pointing. Step 2 is adding on this. The last part is, of course, simply different. Why we're just taking such smaller pieces, I don't know. But hey, each layer is a monocolor, and that's interesting. That opens up, for these last processes, the ability to build a layer, paint it, stack the next uncolored layer, paint it, stack the next uncolored layer, paint it. I always prefer to just have the painted layers stacked, but it's an option. Since the painting buildings only ever paint the topmost layer. You could throw in this object with a gray top layer into a painter painting white, and it will only paint that top layer white. Also note that this is 5 layers. It's our first instance of a 5-layer milestone. Everything else is capped at 4. This is our first with 5. For now, though, this gets painted. Even though basically the whole thing changes for the last step, of course. Why wouldn't it change? Okay, white. And come down there. We have white, we have cyan, yellow, and magenta. Woohoo. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it pretty? Beautiful colors. That's gonna make Dojin white. Now for the other shape. That will need red and blue. Great. You know what I don't have the ability to do? Fill fluid wagons. It's 25 points. It's behind my webcam. It's 25 points. Research points. Okay, I need to replace some stuff. Or remove some stuff. I'm going to remove this. For now. In fact, because it's such a different process to make this, I'm just gonna trim the whole thing. And look at how many foundations I now have. Isn't that glorious? I'm about to use all of them because of this stupid blue. Okay, I need 2 diamonds. I will have 4 there just in case. I need 2 diamonds sent across all of the way. And I only need 2 circles to make this shape. Fun part is, I need to make this shape. Ahem. more than one time. So I need all 4 of these. And all 4 of those. Alright. Opposite corner swapping. That is not what I intended. This, I think, is what I intended. Yeah. Oh, but that... No, that's... Yeah, that is better. But is this even the, like, thing I need? Wonderful question. I don't know. It makes it. I don't need this much. Right, I don't need that strong of a thing. This, yeah, this is fine. This is it right here. That checkerboarding fixes handedness as well, I think. Makes everything consistent. It's a bit more complex. It can do more. More than I need for this right now. It's more than I need for this now. This, though? We'll see. We will see. I don't... Maybe not. Maybe not. If it was even... If it had like a third color in here, then yes, I would need all of that extra complexity, but... I do not. So this is 8 belts because half of it is going to be painted red and half of it is going to be painted blue. And the fun part is, the whole thing gets destroyed. That's right, the whole thing is annihilated going into the next step. Well, ideally this stays the same, but the inputs will have to be colored ahead of time. So this moves down, and the new colors have to get put in. And the new colors have to get put in somehow. Cyan and magenta, huh? Cyan and magenta, huh? I don't have enough cyan. So while this says I need to work on milestones, I actually need to work on research because I need platform units and I need trains to carry fluids to do this in the way that I want to do this. I'll finish this first step part, but going to the next steps, no. Even if it means that the game is going to yell at me about it, devs can fuck off about that. I have my own priorities. What am I looking for? Stacking. Painting. Painting. That's what I want. For those who don't know, the game will take control away from you to give you a pop-up saying, work on milestones. That has a timer before you can clear it. Which is utter bullshit and needs to be removed from the game. I am legitimately offended by it. It is infuriating. You do not get to take away my control of the game. You do not get to take away my agency. That is one of the biggest sins that a developer can commit. That happened last time, by the way, when we were working on enhancing, well, I was working on trains, replacing stuff that I've built with trains, because I unlocked trains. I unlocked trains, and I was going through my factories that had been built with long segments of belt, space belt, and was replacing them with trains. And because I took too long, the game gave me a pop-up saying, work on milestones, stupid. And I was beyond pissed. And I'm still beyond pissed that it would do that. Alright. That's both of the milestones. Where's the vortex? To the right. Yeah, it's not so much the don't tell me what to do aspect, it's don't stop me from playing the game to tell me what to do. That's the bigger sin. Don't take away my ability to play your game for any reason. Without any warning whatsoever. if they want to have reminders to work on milestones, to focus on milestones, they can do so in a way that is significantly less invasive than that. And they must do so in a way that is significantly less invasive than that. Okay, let's get locomotives. We'll do greens. Might need more and more. So the thing here is that I am going to need boogers. I'm going to need boogers, yes. Yes, I am. I'm going to be doing this as... like, maintaining that position. Yes, but the train stop will be one further away. Because I'm going to go in here. This guy. And yes, I do have this completely free, but it was on my mind to use this spot, so I'm going to use that spot. I hope there wasn't anything in the way. Okay, blue is still making its way slowly down the line. Yeah, should have trains, but don't have the ability to load with fluids because of some arbitrary decision to not allow fluids on trains until you magically reach 25 research points to unlock that ability, which I do not find fun. I find tedious, boring. I don't like that it is forcing me to build a specific way that I don't want to build. Which is in fact the biggest sin about Factorio Space Age, and is why I will not be purchasing that expansion for Factorio or playing the game ever again, for all intents and purposes. No, unless someone throws an obscene amount of money at me, I am not going to be touching Factorio ever again. Because the fundamental design philosophy for Space Age just is the developers forcing players to play the specific way in which they intend for you to play, which fundamentally goes against the entire core concept of Factorio. So fuck them. I refuse. Just verifying that this is correct, that these are correct shapes. And it will take time to get 8,000 of these, but yeah, getting these other ones with the mixed shapes, but with the mixed colors, may take a little while longer, just because the volumes of the colors needed, and the amount of space involved and work involved when I really, really need to be able to put fluids on trains. So, speaking of which, this thing, right here. Circles, stars, and red. of course, back there. Is there anything closer? Probably not. So I think that's... Oh, circles, stars. The red is over here, though. Maybe easier to work with. So, I'll do this. Not that. What am I doing? That. Okay. Red. That's the main issue with this particular shape, is that it needs so much red. So much red stuff. What did I determine that it needed? One belt, 3 belts, 5 belts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sigh. There we go. Okay, now... This has handedness, so it'll be a little bit more complex, of course. Where's my red? Come on, red, you can do it. Question is, do I want to correct the handedness here? I should. I should correct the handedness in this section. And I need to remember to bring up another line. Because I need to do it twice. Because layer 1 is layer 3. Layer 1 and 3 are the same. And the other 3 reds make the other shape. Okay, that's done. Come on, red, I need you. I need you! Because the game is stupid and it doesn't give me the previews for the final shape here until the red actually physically gets here. They need to change this too. They really need to fix this too. There is no reason for it not to show me the preview of the final shape because it knows there's red coming. It knows there's red coming. It knows it. It just doesn't show the preview of the shape after it's been painted until the paint physically gets here. It's so dumb that it doesn't do that. Like, come on. Everything else works. This is busted. This cannot be intended behavior. It knows what's coming, what color is coming. It knows it. I know it knows it. I know it can see it. So give me the fucking preview. I don't want to have to wait like this for the color to get here to see the previews. I actually know what the hell it is that I'm doing and working with. Can't really do anything until this is done, until this moves all the way. We're just gonna take our time. I need 5 more points, by the way. 5 more research points. That's it, that's all. 5 more. Which I guess I can get with time. Operator levels give me 4 points each. There's red. Finally. Now give me my goddamn previews. Okay. What has the correct handedness? The top segment. Of this rotation. The top segment of this rotation handedness, basically the fix for the handedness is making it diagonals. Yeah, diagonaling. How do I do that again? That? Is that the correct handedness? Yes. Thought this would be more complex than what it is, but what it makes more complex is then the second part of it. Ah, boogers. Part 2 of the swappening. That's what becomes more difficult. Because then... I might have to do this lower in here. That. Interesting. It gave me the exact opposite of my intent. Yeah, I kind of need this on the left. You would think that would depend upon the rotation, right? Yeah. Whoops. So clean what's there. And that should be that top shape, yeah? Yep. Yeppers. Yepper peppers. Oh. The what? There. That's it. Not particularly difficult, but I am spending more time lately on swapping logic. This is just Swappers the game. That's what this insane difficulty has felt like, frankly, this whole time. Thus far, the whole experience, it's felt like Swappers, the game. This probably shouldn't name the game Shapes 2. It feels like Swappers. The game is called Swappers. That's really what it feels like. But I guess at this point in the game, there's not much mechanically that exists besides swapping. So it's going to make as much use of it as it possibly can. Then yes, you can do these shapes through cutting. You don't need to do swapping at all. It makes it significantly more compact to do the swapping versus the cutting. But yeah, you could cut, technically, and make these shapes. That's how you had to do it in Shapes 1 to make these shapes, was through cutting. Like, you can do it, it's just the intent is swaps. The intent is do swapping, not cutting. Anyway, the middle layer, 3 reds and a gray. 3 reds and a gray. Well, wouldn't you know, it's yeah, it's the same general logic that we just did. Excuse me? You didn't place? Yeah. It's the same logic overall. I don't think I needed to do this part of it to checker it, but it did make things consistent on the output, at least. Yeah, I didn't need to do the diagonal setup there. As long as they're halves, it would do it, but it would have needed more rotations in the end. As we've found out, this fixes handedness issues. For the outputs. Now get these sent and somehow routed. I think I'm going to need to do some hopping. We'll see. And rotation matters. The gray on the red. The gray on the red. Rotation is fine. You know, I'm gonna actually jump those instead. Whoops. Yeah, that'll have to do. Okay, just double checking. Sanity check here. That looks right to me. That looks correct. Oh my goodness. Gracious. Let's load it up onto the train. Don't end things off like I did last time, leaving it without being put on the train yet. This one's going to go to the unoccupied rail line. Oh, great. Of course I didn't leave adequate space. Oh well. Locomotives. That, I am very happy to say, is that for task 8. Why this one is done so differently from the previous step, I don't know, really. Yeah, it's annoying. But we got there in the end. Meaning that next time we will look at those. This is going to give me enough points to pick up the ability to load fluid onto trains. So when I get that, and when I get that upgrade, which is even sooner now, I just need 1 research point to unlock the ability for the trains to carry fluids. I am going to have to take some time and redo a lot of this mess and start actually replacing things with trains and setting up fluids for trains, because as it turns out I do have a bit of a platform unit limitation here, and by replacing these long stretches of space pipe with the trains, I can free up another big batch of platform units for use in other locations. And by doing that, well, then I'll be able to come back here and start, or continue to work on the milestones for pin pushing. I do also need to get 50 research points saved up for unlocking the 3rd layer and speed upgrades. I need 21 for speed upgrades, at least 21, which I have, but I need the fluid wagons. Anyway, with that, folks, we have reached the end of the stream for today. I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Show. If you've enjoyed the stream and are watching the VOD on YouTube, you can do all the social stuff, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. The page may make those rainbows down below to show you where they are. I'll be back with more on Sunday, of course. I hope to see you all then.